All right, so getting into the morning, obviously we did have open right up here. We had a little Judas up that just so happened, standard deviation wise, we had this little manipulation leg. If you zoom out a little bit, this took that internal sell side right there. We displaced up, and just so happened open ran right up to that -2, -2.5, and that's where we saw our reversal after that Judas up, came down, took out some sell side, and then we had this pretty clean 30-second setup. I would deem it a plus. We did have a M1 fair value gap. I don't know why I removed it, but I think it was right here. We had an M1 fair value gap, right? We came up, we displaced out of it, and we had a scalp setup presented on the 30-second chart. We had this swing low point that we violated, broke. Second candle would have been tagged in right there. And then this one did end up running 23.75 points. I did hold till I think it was about like a couple ticks below or above that low right there, and that's where I fully closed. I did want to see it kind of reach down to this -2, -2.5, but it didn't. It got close. So that's kind of where you got to get in the thing is you can't like solely focus on wanting to have this hit if you are using standard deviations, but know when you have enough profits locked in, you're fine, right? There was another clean. Actually, I'm just gonna go, or yeah, we'll do it this way because I'll go over the 15 seconds too. So this one, Ark and I were talking about. I think so. We did not tick this, and I think it was because everything happened literally at the same exact time. Because Ark had this marked out on his chart right here. So we had this 1 minute over here, and so we good? Okay. So that was a little odd. But we had this 1 minute fair value gap right here, right? We displaced up into it and then got a little movement off. Obviously, nothing presented. And we just repriced into this fair value gap and then displaced up. And on the 1 minute, this displacement candle right here that broke structure where the scalp setup was also at the same exact time, or so it seems, as when we inverse this. So it was kind of everything at once, and it was kind of hard to frame, and I think it was just a little too much on the plate. So we did not take that one. And then that would have been clean. This is also an example. The nearest unmitigated M1 fair value gap would have been up here. And you can see, this is what I mean by enough room, right? We have 12 points right there. Fair value gap is 14.5 points away. So that's literally perfectly exactly what I mean by if there's 12 points. Had this have been like up here and we had like 5 points, no. Does that make sense? So getting into the next one, I'll leave that. We had this one. This was another questionable one. This was kind of when we were just starting to dabble around, accumulate in the morning prior to that big move up. But we had a M1 fair value gap right here that we had repriced back into. And again, this happened, I think this one, correct me if I'm wrong, Ark, but this one closed after inverse that fair value gap after entry. So automatically that's going to be deemed to me lower probability. So it's not really something I want to be interested in, as I know over the long run, not taking these plays is going to save me more times than it won't. As that's exactly why I have deemed them as such. And then this whole entire move up, we did not get a setup, but there's something I want to cover standard deviation wise for the people that are studying them and are trying to implement them and just learn a little bit more about them. The -1 to -1.5, right? That's this area right here. When we come up into this area, this is a really good example. This is why I wanted to show this today. This area, when price is in a buy program, right? We were flipping over. We had our CISD right down here on the 1 minute, cleared above those down close candles, manipulation. We can project our standard deviations up from there. This -1 to 1.5 is a possible retracement back, either to take out some sell side or just reprice off inefficiencies. And that's exactly what happened here. It's exactly what happened here. So for the people studying standard deviations, there you go. But getting back into this, like I said, absolutely no setups this whole entire move up. I remember on the stream this morning, I believe it was like right about somewhere around here or something. I was like, I'm not interested in this. I've seen this too many times where I don't get a single setup. And if I'm being dumb, you can just catch horrible moves. But luckily, even bullish, bearish, there was no setups on this whole entire thing. But that's where I ended my morning. But coming back, like I said, we have those standard deviation projections. And if you're familiar with them, when we reach the -4, what are we expecting? A retracement back into the range where? equilibrium, right? We reach -4, right? This beautiful, beautiful 30-second setup right here. The scalp setup kicked this off, right? So we reach -4, and there's a setup up here I do want to cover because it's also another example of why I use standard deviations, allowing me to know where I should and not should or entertain stuff, right? But this specific setup, obviously, we inverse the 1 minute on this candle right here. We get our scalp setup presented right here, right? 3 candle, fair value gap middle. Middle candle broke that swing low point, and you would have been tagged in right there. And this one just nuked. I do believe there was a FOMC member. It was a yellow folder, which these kind of moves don't happen on yellow folders. So that they need to fix that and possibly put that as a red folder, because when they're talking about federal fund rates and like interest rates, it's not low impact. Just a little rant. But like I was saying, when -4 is reached, we are expecting a retracement back to equilibrium of the range. This whole entire range right here, this low to this high, if you draw it out, where is equilibrium? Right here. Look how this is respected and how we just, even when an FOMC member speaks and says some random stuff, algo, baby. Algo, baby. But right here, this, when we reach -4, I will never, ever entertain a long. Because, like I said, we are expecting a retracement, right? This one, we break this high. We have a tiny, tiny little fair value gap, right? And you would have just absolutely been railed on this. This one, I think it only went like 4.25 points in profit. I believe, I may be wrong. Yeah, 4.5. 4.5. So it wouldn't have been break even. But that's kind of what I'm wanting to like put an emphasis on, is why the standard deviations are so important to me. They allow me to know where I should entertain and should not entertain specific setups. And I believe that was the last bit of AM session. So if you have any questions about setups from this morning, just shoot them my way and I'll answer them. The floor is y'all's if you have any questions. Ark, you have any input in the meantime while people possibly send in some questions? Oh, that inverse. I feel like if people are trading this mechanically, more than likely, I'd say so. Yeah. Hate trend days or trending AMs like that with a passion. When you win a participation trophy. I'm saving that. I like that. No. ES moves too slow for me. I'd cry myself to sleep if I was trading ES, being brutally honest. I mean, the same concepts would apply, but I'm not sure. Obviously, if you're trading second charts on like ES, like let's bump down to the second charts. Like, this is what you're dealing with. Yeah. You see that? That's not something like, that's just a headache. And like NQ, even YM looks like this. NQ is one of the only one on the second charts that looks clean. So that's why I favor it more than anything. Yeah, ES is, I mean, it's values less, it moves less. NQ is the sweet, sweet baby. She moves. What time was was that over lunch? Let me bump out a replay. 1250. Is that CST or EST? It's CST. 1255. 15 or 30? Can't see. 15. And that was at around 1255. Wait, what? 12? Oh, right down here. I'm blind. Holy. Wait, what? Am I blind? What? Are you? Wait, what? 1255, right? Why? I'm on the 15-second chart. Disregard. Oh, was that like a previous example? Oh. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Can you explain why you like that one at 957 that you mentioned? Or didn't it seem A plus as 1 minute for a gap that was just formed, hadn't yet been repriced into? What are your thoughts? What is it 957 your time or 957? Oh, this one? Okay, so essentially right here, right? This is like, I hate these kind of ones because like I was saying, everything happens too fast, right? When you're on the 15-second chart and you're trying to monitor a 1 minute inversion and this at the same exact time, you're just going to be kind of like, oh, like stuck, right? And I think, but like if you want to know why like this would be valid, right? We inverse this 1 minute right there on the 1 minute chart. We inverse it on that displacement up that formed that scalp, broke that swing high point. Even though those are flat highs, that's a swing point because they're not up against other candles, right? And the nearest M1 for value gap's right up here, right? This is within 12 points. We actually have 14.5 points to reach up to that at minimum. So you know at best, you should theoretically get 12 points. AP, do you run your fib chart deviations off MSS on the 15-second candles or use the 1 minute? Like for standard deviations, like if I'm wanting to get like a little bit bigger picture, right? And to be honest, like I just mark it out on whatever is the cleanest, right? So right here, this is about as clean as you can get for marking out standard deviations. We have this manipulation down that took out the sell side. You should, I'm assuming you already know kind of the gist about standard deviations, but for the people that may not, explaining how I mark this out, right? We have this manipulation leg right here. Come down, take that low. We close above these down close candles. That's our CISD. That's a change in state of delivery, right? And once we get that, that's when I mark out these standard deviation projections, right? But in regards to what one I mark it out on, it's really just whatever one's cleaner. Because, I mean, even on the 30-second chart, if I go back over here, it's the same thing. And I believe on the 15, it's the same thing. When it's a clean one, they're all going to basically line up. If that makes sense. Yeah. Continuous. There's no like middle, like green up outlier in the middle of the range. That one was one step too fast. What, the 957 one? Yes, sir. No problem. Yeah, that was a quickie, boy. And that's the thing. Like, I'm not worried about missing a move. It's part of it. I mean, we're human. You're going to miss moves. Move on. Wait for the next one. Don't FOMO in when we're all the way up here. You know what I mean? That's the thing that should, like, this specific model should help a lot of people that don't have patience because you get so many setups. Do you use the strategy the same on both? Yes, 15 a second. It's continuous. It's the same. Really, I just monitor both and bounce back and forth. Whatever one presents a cleaner opportunity is what one I'll trade. But when you get up to the 1 minute, that's when you kind of get iffy about stop placements because the whole ball game changes, in my opinion. I know some people, like some dude said he back tested the 1 minute. I don't know if I believe this. He said he back tested. He tweeted me on Twitter. He's like, I back tested the 1 minute with this, and I did like 150R in like 2 months. I was like, all right, guy. I don't know about that. Maybe in December. Yeah, well, that's what I'm about to do at Alligator when I go to Florida. I'm gonna pick them up and. No, that's gonna be me. That's gonna be me, 100%. But yeah, I mean, floor is y'all's. If you have questions, if you're wanting to figure out some, like, learn some stuff, what are your current take break? Okay, so what I do, right, personally, I find this to be a little bit smarter, just for in terms of like risk reward purposes. I know some people do take off at 6. I kind of stopped doing it because when I'm on Trade-Evate, it causes quite a bit of issues with their auto trade management system. On NinjaTrader, it's flawless, right? So if you want to take one off at 6, if you're using a NinjaTrader, by all means, go ahead. But if you're on Trade-Evate, it's going to cause a headache. But in regards, I personally go break even at 6, right? And then I'll pull off at 12. If I'm in more than like 1 or 2 cons, I'll leave a runner for 18. That makes sense? 1 at 12. Realistically, I'd be more comfortable pulling 2 off at 12. If I was in 3 and then leave that runner to 18, just so you can lock in a little bit more, because you're never guaranteed those 18 points, especially in like certain scenarios. So it's smarter to do it that way. See, yeah, that's what. No, 6 break even. Yeah, but like, do you pull one off at 6 too, Yama? I'm actually curious about this. It sells itself at 6. So let me ask you this, right? Because this is how it does it every time, right? On Trade-Evate, when you enter a trade with it pulling one off at 6, does it show your stop loss as, like, if you're in two contracts, does it show your stop loss as 1 instead of 2? And it doesn't like auto adjust? That's what trips me up. That's what I don't know. And I've never just like felt like, God forbid if I take a loser, I'll still be in 1 contract. So I just was like, screw it. I'm just going to go off at 12. Break even at 6. Yeah, but this is magic. I haven't noticed that. It does show the initial stop loss 3 targets. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I don't really mind. I'll just keep going break even. Well, there you go. Yeah, I know. Trade-Evate's. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if any of y'all are picking up any Apex accounts, go. If you're trading my model, please get NinjaTrader. It's so much better. So much better. Sometimes we get so many 6-point reversals. It seems like going 6 TP and 6 stop loss. I mean, I don't know. I like having room, especially because as we get, I mean, y'all have seen in the past couple weeks, as we get more volatility back in the market, that 12-point stop makes sense because like that's tight. This play this morning, that's a tight stop. It's not even up to that high. Oh, that's right. They don't accept Mac. Yeah, that's brutal. I don't know why they do that, to be honest. Is that where you can get like Windows on Mac? Is that what that is? Yeah. Motive Wave. What is Motive Wave? Six points on NQ can be hit on price action noise too easily. Yeah. Exactly. Like in this case, I mean, you would have been fine with the 6-point stop, but like, oh, that's just too tight, man. Too tight. Order flow trading software. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I've never heard of Trade Motive. Oh. Let's go, Yama. of that. When you're light on risk with that first AM trade, I skipped it because it seemed improbable. So yeah, kind of my thought process on that one specifically was this -2, -2.5, and like zooming out a little bit. Ideally, I did want to see some of this sell side swept, but I mean, it didn't happen. But with this -2, -2.5, I was okay with taking this because A, we were repricing off that 1 minute fair value gap, right? And then we get our scalp set up. We inverse a little fair value gap right here. So that was kind of my thought process behind it. And yeah, I was a little bit lighter on risk. I didn't do my normal A+ risk perspective. Let's go. Yeah, we'll be live tomorrow AM. If you can make it on. Yeah, PC's king. What would you put on the order quantity if you have a 100K account? Me personally, right? Obviously, this is not financial advice, but if it's an eval, I don't mind risking heavy. Not heavy, but like a little bit more than I would on PA. Trying to think. 100K account, you have 3,000 drawdown. If it's with Apex, if it is. I personally would probably do 3 would be 720. I'd probably do 3. That's a little under 1% risk. 2 to 3. If you're comfortable with the strategy, 3. If not, 2 to 1. Get a feeler. Just want to double check something with you. Do you have a daily bias? If the trade sets up, which goes against your bias, do you adjust your potential size? So you don't need a bias for this specific scalping model. I personally just kind of like having something in the back of my head bias-wise. That kind of allows me to know, like, since I do use standard deviations, it kind of allows me to know what has a higher probability and what we could reach to, more so than like this. But if it's against bias, I more so de-risk a little bit if we get like a setup. This is a perfect example. I did not use my normal A+ setup risk on this because we were farther down, right? I still wanted to see that -2, -2.5 hit, but when we're all the way down here, that's when I get a little bit questionable and I'll de-risk a little bit. Yeah, literally trade with 1 minute fair value gaps. With this specific model, as long as you're aligned with 1 minute structure, you're fine. What size account do you recommend from 50K? 50K, that's it. Mathematically, 50K is the best. Wife says I can't get another account until I qualify this one. All right, we'll get you funded, brother. Yeah, 50K. 50K all the way. Exactly. It's literally 2,500 drawdown and 3,000 profit target. Yeah. Yep, 50K P accounts and you're 1 milo funded, baby. It's 3,000 profit target, Yama. Jeez, man. When doing this strategy, are you putting on a lot of limit orders and canceling a lot when they don't? Dude, or I don't know if you're a guy or a girl, but besides the point. So I have my Trade of 8 linked to my phone, right? And like more times than not, I have like, okay, just making sure. With today's day and age, I got to play it careful. But I have my Trade of 8 linked to my phone, and I'll have like gazillion notifications. But yeah, I do limits. I don't mark it in. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You got it right. Few people understand that. Few people understand that. 100. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to see if I can get that music bot on for tomorrow. With multiple accounts for sure. With one, it's $68 after tax. With 2 to 4 plays a day, yeah, exactly, dude. Like, I feel like I've asked you this before, but you use the Apex or you use the Apex copier, don't you? I'm gonna be honest. Top Step's horrible. If you want a good end of day trailing, go with My Funded Futures. My Funded Futures, their payout rules are really good, and just overall their dashboard is amazing. But I mean, Apex you can scale so much. Obviously, the payout rules are a little bit stricter, but if you play it smart and play it safe, you'll be fine. My Funded Futures, I think I have it linked. So if you scroll all the way down on the Discord and the prop firms, I have a link to My Funded Futures. I think they're doing 50% off on their starter accounts, by the way. But they have end-of-day drawdown. Yeah, Take Profit's also really nice. We're trying to get a partnership with My Funded Futures, so... Apex is very cheap here. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I'm really curious. I want to see the statistics, because I know so many people get Apex accounts and just full port them because they're so cheap. Like, that's the best business perspective in my opinion. Like, that's so smart. So smart. Especially with all the degens in this community. Yeah, we're recording. Is that a problem, Yama? Yeah, Apex drawdown. That's the only thing I don't like about Apex. But if you're sized right and you're consistent enough, that drawdown really doesn't affect you. There's a lot of stuff. I guess some stuff's going on in the behind the scenes with Top Step because all these influencers are leaving them, which kind of makes me wonder. Dude, he was like between 3 different prop firms in like 2 weeks. It was weird. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of I think there's some very odd stuff going behind the scenes with Matt left Top Step. See, I did not know that. Oh, yeah, I saw that. I thought you meant the isn't the like CEO Matt or is it something else? No, not leaving Apex. They were leaving Top Step. Yeah, no, 1 day pass. It's a degen. Hey, full port Friday, baby. Yeah, no, he. That's hilarious. I think they don't want Top Step exclusivity. They want to partner with others as well, so they say. Could be. See Yama. MFF is solid. Yeah, I know. Dude, their dashboard is so good. I got an account to like test with them, I think like Tuesday or Wednesday. And their dashboard, they have like daily profit. Like they have that P&L calendar. They tell you how long you're in the trade, when it closed, how many contracts. It's so nice. That's something I wish Apex they worked on a little bit was their dashboard. It's not too good. Very. My Excel sheet that I made in 5 minutes is better than their dashboard. Yeah. And I mean, the owner's not driving around in Lambo, so I don't know if they're scraping by margin wise. I don't know. Surely they aren't, because they do like zero marketing. I love how this is just turned into like grilling. We're just grilling props, bro. My Funded Futures, I love you. I hope you see this. Matt L, love you, bud. I've never had so like, here's the thing. Like I'm saying I don't like Top Step, but like, I don't know. I mean, it really just comes up to personal preference. If you like their rules, there seems to be decent money in being associated with these prop firms. I mean, there's some benefits behind it, but I mean, when the owner, like the owner of MFF, I really, really like. He's from Dallas. I grew up in Dallas. Good connections. Dude, trades by Matt. He's actually doing the Robbins Cup, right? Yeah. He's actually doing pretty. I don't know if they've released the leaderboards yet for it, but he said he was like up like 75%, I think, in 2 weeks on his Robbins Cup account. I think if you're talking about MFFU, they're doing 50% off right now. I think it's till 31st. I may be wrong. What can you trade Robbins Cup off stream? Do what? Apex or where? Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, 1,000%. If y'all didn't realize, if you've done the math, you can get 6 million funded with Apex. So do that with what you want, but those 300K counts are pretty tough to pass. So I'll say that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Really? Huh. Interesting. Really? I guess good for him. That's some damn good consistency. Absolutely. That's absolutely. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. Spot on. If you know how to trade and have risk management, you'd be silly not to. Yeah. Yep. Spot on. Any other questions? If not, I'll cut off the YouTube recording and then we'll just continue just chatting, grilling some props or whatever y'all want to do. Live tomorrow, yeah, 8:20 CST. PM sesh. I have classes or no, I don't know. Oh, PM setups. Ark, you want to share your screen? You want to go over them? Let you take the ropes on PM? Let's go. Heck yeah. Click on the share your screen. I'll stop streaming mine. See it. They see me arcing. I'm favoriting that. Call out the times because I'm recording for YouTube. So whatever ones like you want to cover, I'll just scan through them. See you tomorrow. Am I saying that right, by the way, before you leave? Is it Pandion? Pandion? It has to be Pandion. Yes, perfect. Let's go. No one's saying anything. Looks loading. Can't see it. I'll just do it on mine. I don't have anything marked. So I'll try and scan through this. I know there was a couple good. Yeah, yeah. Just tell me the times. The both of them. I'll cover them because I don't have. All right, so y'all just watch my screen and he can explain it. 11:13 to 30 right here. This is quality. This is really good. Let me go. Where's that 1 minute inversion for y'all? Yeah, that's a good quality setup. I like that. I like that. $10:04. All right, I'll go back to it. I just realized I got to do like a commentary too because they can't hear you on my YouTube recording, but it's fine. I'll just do a commentary as is. But you said 10:04. This one right here, yeah, that TP break even right here. Let me mark it out real quick. Yeah. So what he's talking about, this is the big bearish 1 minute right here, right? We came up into it, displaced out of it. We get a scalp set up right here, BPR, come back up into that, displace down, break that low, and then you'd have been tagged in. Voila. And then you would have been out at 10.25 points. So almost 12, but not quite. And then, we already covered. Oh, no, we didn't cover this one. Yeah, right here. So, obviously, let me take a peek at the 1 minute real quick right over here. At 11:30. Just so they can see this. Yeah, so there's that bearish value gap right up there. Obviously, this is kind of nice because we do take this little sell side out right here, right? We displace above this. So we talked about smooth highs last night, if y'all remember, right? These, since they're outlier, this is a good example, like earlier, smooth highs, this is fine. But when we're up against, say this candle is right here, that's not a break. Does that make sense? But specifically this setup, you'd have been tagged in right there. 12-point stop. A little bit under that low, comfortable. And then there was 11.5 points, which is, I mean, that's close enough. Heading out for dinner. We'll speak soon. Have a good dinner, man. Eat well. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your night. So we had that one. And then what was the other one that you took? Yeah, I knew it was going to be that one. Because that was when I was in that other play, right? Shh. No one needs to know about. But this one specifically, right here, displace above this. I'll show y'all what I went in. But displace above that right there. Mitigate this or reprice off that fair value gap. CISD right here. This is just so textbook. Equal highs up here. Not that really matters, but you'd have been tagged in right here. And 12-point stop. As you can see, PM a little less volatile, but this one still did reach up to 12 points. And wow, that did not go 18. That was close. 17.5 went 12. So you're fine. You got at least that 12 target. And then as we approach that, but that I think, let's go. Yeah, no, that was beautiful. If you look on the 1 minute. Yeah. No, 100%. So I actually, I was trying to catch this little market maker buy model because we came off a 15-minute for value gap down here. I think it was right about down here. PM, like I said, usually is like when I like to trade discretionary, like fully discretionary, trading MMXM models. But so I actually took a initial long right as we came back to this order block right here, right? Got tagged in, started trailing stop as we started closing above, got stopped to break even, and then we had this huge displacement up, and then I re-entered once we retraced a little bit right back down here, and then equal highs was the target on that. But standard deviation wise, for my people studying, like I said prior, let's bump up this. Let me add the negative 1.5. What did I say earlier? Possible retracement, negative 1.5. Boom. Back to that order block. Rippy mode. But I think yeah, so random, right? So random. But that was, third leg that created that. Oh, I see what you're saying. So like say we get a setup and then this, like, are you saying if this third? Yes. Yep. Spot on. That is definitely something that people should note. And that's why, like, a lot of times, like, when we just get, like, a just super impulsive move, like, when you get enough screen time, you'll be able to recognize it, is that, and sometimes, in some forms, will be a manipulation of some sort, right? And that's why when that occurs, you'll see it just knife through. Because I remember I think a little bit ago, there was an example of just that. But, okay, yeah, I completely get what you're saying now. Yeah, no, 100%. That's a good thing to recognize. No, yeah, that's a great observation. That's 100% true. 100% true. Good call. Yeah, people, y'all need to be, yeah, Derek noted. Yeah, 100%. Y'all need to note that. Add that to your notebook. But any other questions that y'all have, shoot them my way, and we'll get this wrapped up in about 5-ish minutes, and get ready for the AM in the morning. No, I don't really entertain macro. I'll keep note of them, but like, it doesn't really hold a significant power to me. I mean, like, if you want macro, like, they're nice, but like 850, obviously 910. Yeah, we take that sell side right in that macro. If you really, really want to care about the macros, like for people that do entertain macros, just, you can keep them in mind, but don't let them like force you against something, you know? Start spooling. Yep. Yeah. No, it definitely is fascinating because the process behind macros, like, it's 1000% true. But like I was saying, I don't like let it negate anything, but 1000%. Seeing how macros work is really, really cool. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? Someone's got to take over. Good on questions. Okay, cool. When Yama's not here, we need a GIF person. Great stream. Yeah, it was a good stream. Today was great examples. I just love that questions get less and less. People are learning. Yeah. See you later. See you later, my boy Brendan. All right, yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll wrap it up. I'll get this uploaded to YouTube for the people that want to rewatch this, and obviously for the people that were unable to attend tonight. That will be uploaded in probably, if I had to guess, 30, 40 minutes because it's got a process. And then we'll get ready for the AM session and go from there. So with that being said, I will catch y'all tomorrow morning. And y'all have a good night, get some good sleep, and get prepared for the AM session. Peace.